What is going on, y'all? My name is Tanner. For those that don't know me, I am the student guy over at the Fleming Island campus, and I am here to welcome you into week one of our series called Together. And I know we're about to, hopefully going to be going back to school, so I wanted to start off today with a little quiz. So what do these three things have in common? Three. The Jaguars, the Beatles, and the Avengers. Now I'm going to give you like a second to think, and I'm going to stand here and stare at you like for an awkward pause. I hope that was awkward enough for you. So what do these three things have in common? The Jags, the Beatles, and the Avengers. Well, they are all groups, and each and every one of them is maybe a little different, but they are all still groups. And so, like, for instance, the Jags. So even though they're not that good, go Eagles, the Jags need to work together as a team, as a group, right? So Minshew and that really weird looking mustache that he has cannot do everything all on his own, because the offensive line needs to block for him, the receivers need to get open. And like it needs to work together as one big unit, a team. Let's talk about the Beatles. As amazing as John Lennon was, he could not have done all of those things that made the Beatles so good just by himself. See, what made the Beatles was that it took a group effort for that band. Now let's talk about the Avengers. I'm sure you know where we're going with this. No matter how cool, smart, arrogant, or brilliant Iron Man is, he could not have done any of the things that they did if it wasn't for the rest of his team. Iron Man can only do so much on his own. Now, why? Because no matter what it is, whether it's music, defending the world, or being on a terrible football team, yes, the Jaguars, not that good, no matter what it is, you have a greater chance of success if you work in groups than trying to tackle that obstacle, whatever it may be, on your own. Now, look, I know some of you are probably thinking like, dude, not every group is going to be amazing. Like, I have failed in tons of groups. Hey, so have I. I've been on basketball teams that are not good. And that was a long season. Soccer teams that were not that good. Again, long season. And we all know that group projects in school can go south really quickly, right? I mean, so there are different things that where you're in a group and it's just not a good experience. That's because there is a huge difference in working as a group than being in a group. Because groups that work together succeed together. And that's why it's so much better to be together on those things. And groups are going to fail because, we're all people, and why we might, while we might be trying to be like Jesus, we're still going to mess up. We are all so different, and we have different opinions and different backgrounds and different views, and just we're on so many different levels sometimes about a whole lot. And sometimes that thing that we could be on a different level in is even faith. See, and that makes it tough because sometimes in these groups, when you are on different levels and you have different views and stuff like that, there's no unity. Now say that with me. Unity. It's very awkward speaking to someone that's not going to respond. But anyway, unity. This lack of unity isn't how it's always been with Christ followers. See, we see a lot of disunity in small groups, sometimes in church, and I've seen it in some of our groups, to be honest with you. And in fact, for the next few weeks, this series together is going to be talking about how the church actually got started. So many of you know the story of Jesus dying and then coming back to life. But for the next few weeks, we're going to be looking at what happened after that. See what happened next, and specifically how Christianity in the church as we know it began. See, when you look at the beginning of the New Testament, there are 4 books with 4 names on them. You got Matthew, you got Mark, you got Luke, and you got John. See, these books are not really about these guys, but they were written by these guys. And Luke, in particular, actually wrote a part 2 to his book. See, that part 2 is what we know as Acts. See, Acts 2:42 says they devoted themselves to the apostles, teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread and to prayer. See, so far so good, right? Okay, look at verse 44. All the believers were together and had everything in common. Okay, I have everything in common. Okay, while rare, all right, I get it. So we're on the same page. But what happens next? They have everything in common. What's next? Verse 45. They sold property and possessions to give to anyone who had need. Let's say that again. They sold property and possessions to give to who? Anyone who had need. You see, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, like, dude, I am not going to give up my Xbox or my PS4 or maybe eventually a PS5, and give whatever I make off of that to someone in my small group because they need it. I get it. We've all been there. But think about this. That is what they did every single day. They were so caring about the people around them, the people in their groups, not just based off of numbers, or they genuinely cared about their fellow group members' well-being. They wanted everyone in that group, everyone in that family to be okay and to be taken care of. Let's look at 46 and 47. Acts 2. It says, every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. You see, how amazing do you think our church experience, our groups would be if that was our mindset? You see, could you imagine the change and like the experience of Jesus that could happen if we flipped our mindsets around and we had more of a together mentality? Look, I'm just going to tell you right, like, just straight up, that would be absolutely amazing. Like, amazing. Imagine, okay, so it's not just going to be us on a Sunday and only a Sunday mentality. We got to flip that around. Instead, these people met and hung out and spent time together and cared for each other every single day. So how can we do this? Okay? We see a ton of separation on Sundays. We see a ton of separation at school. Remember that word, unity. This is the time to change that mindset. See, we have got to remember that being together means that we are better, because that is how Jesus wanted it to be. Not just a once a week hello, but in every single day, showing up, getting together, eating together, praying together, spending time with each other, kind of a group. That builds unity. That is true group growth. And that is what we need for our ministry to be successful. We aren't just a bunch of people who meet on Sundays. That cannot be our view, our vision, our mission. We have got to get together during the weeks in school, go and sit together, at lunch, go and, sit by each other in class, pep rallies, whatever it is that you do where you're going to be seeing each other on sports teams, whatever. Be together. Because together, we are better. Remember that. Together, we are better. We need to be a ministry, a student ministry that, builds on unity and grows together as a family, as one big group. not just people that show up on Sundays gave the occasional Christian, hey, hello, how you doing? Oh, it's cool. Okay, great. Everyone's good. No, we have got to spend time together during the week. We've got to be praying together. We've got to be really, we always hear that phrase, doing life. We genuinely have to be doing life together every day. So that's my challenge to you. What can you do to change your mindset of not just a Sunday morning together, not just a Wednesday night together, but an everyday together mentality? Go ahead, drop in the comments, give us some ideas, and I would love to have conversations with you about, how you can take that together mentality into class, onto your team, into your small group, onto, whatever it is that you're involved in. It's not just about Sundays. It's about every day. Because together, we are better. Hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, hit the notification bell so you can see all our videos drop in. If you are interested in joining a small group, maybe you're new to the channel, go ahead. You can find one of our social medias in the description as well, and go ahead and send us a DM. I am with CC Students Fleming. We've got Mandarin, we've got River City. Go ahead, whatever campus you're with, hit us up and we will get you plugged in to what we've got coming up in the fall. I love you guys, and I know that we can have a together mentality. I know we can. That's my challenge to you. See you guys later.